PLL had quite the dramatic mid-season ending, and there are a ton of A-related theories. But first, let's break down the episode called Now You See Me, Now You Don't, but it should probably be remembered as World War A. All throughout the episode, the gals receive packages of clues. First, it's 4 magic 8 balls with a message relating to Hannah's mom, who is set free. Then they receive a kid's coffin. How creepy is that? With a Mona doll inside it. There's a note along with that doll that says to find Mona first or the cops will think that they killed her. Mona is MIA, of course, not even showing up at her welcome back party from the French club, but Toby follows Shauna to a bed and breakfast where Mona is just casually hanging out. Thanks to Toby's detective skills, we also find out that Melissa and Ren might be working together or living together in London. There are tons of hints, and we want the truth, though. No more theories, we want the truth. And also, it seems like Jake-Rhea is not as compatible as we first thought. After Jake heads home tired from their movie night, Arya tries to catch the end of a poetry reading and runs into Ezra. They have coffee together, they're really getting along, and she goes in for a kiss, like it's no big deal. No, they didn't, but yes, they did. So Cece is officially on the news. The police are looking for her as the suspect in the murder of Wilden, and the gals find her after heading to Ravenswood for a magic show. That happens after they receive yet another package from A that leads them to this magic show by the great Charlemagne. While Arya is part of the show, Emily actually disappears and winds up in a coffin box at a sawmill. The gals make it to her just in the nick of time before she's cut up by an electric saw. It doesn't happen though. And Arya chases one of the 2 redcoat blondies. It is Cece, who Arya uses her martial arts moves on, and then Cece falls to what we think is her death, but she disappears. Shocker. The other redcoat leads Spencer to a lair. Seriously, how many lairs does A have? We see an eyeball watching the girls from a hole in a painting on the wall. It has got to be Alison's eye, especially since Sasha Petersa tweeted out this eye and artwork photo saying, "Recognize this?" So during the search of A's lair, the gals realize that A must actually be a guy. There's a closet full of suit jackets and shoes. Hannah steals a small book that appears to be a diary. Now, I really tried to remember if we've seen this book before, but I don't recognize it. Do you? If you do, leave a comment below. We also find out that Allie is indeed alive, per Mrs. Grunwald, who reveals that Alison used to come to her in Ravenswood to figure out who was threatening Allie back in the day. Mrs. Grunwald had a vision that Allie was not okay and actually found her buried alive. Before they could get to the hospital for help, Alison disappeared. Now again, this was way back in the day, right around the time of Allie's death. The old woman in Ravenswood warns the girls that he is watching them at that moment, so she kind of confirms that A is a guy, and she also says you guys need to stop chasing after Allie if they want her to be safe. A is hoping that the PLLers will take A to Alison, and even with this warning and all the shocking news that Alison is indeed alive, the girls want to find their old friend. So they plan to show up at the Ravenswood party where Allie is set to attend. Cut to the major shocker of the mid-season finale that has fans chatting it up is Ezra A. We see him at A's lair and he is quite upset and angry to find out that someone else has been there. It really seems like this is his place and that he is A or working with A, but some fans are still thinking that there's no way Ezra could be in on it. So what do you guys think? Let us know, leave a comment below. I'm gonna add in that Marlene King's hint that A was in the first episode is supported if Ezra is A, and her hint that all will be revealed in 3B is also supported by the fact that Ezra's apartment is 3B, even though at the time that this hint came out, most of us assumed that Marlene meant season 3, episode 2, 3B. Get it? Now, of course, there are a million theories out there, and I think I'm gonna do an entire show dedicated to that, but right now we wanna hear from you. Who do you think is A, and what is going on with Ezra? Post a comment below and be sure to subscribe to Clevver TV for all of your Pretty Little Liars news and interviews. And we will definitely be on the lookout in the next new episode, it's not until October, for that person in the World War II inspired gas mask costume. Now that's our mystery friend who we see at the end of this episode. It is so creepy, so creepy. All right guys, I'm Dana Ward. Thanks so much for checking out Clevver TV. We will see you next time.